twitch.tv/vfriends. I want everyone to know that this Twitch channel, nor I or any of the projects I run are officially affiliated with VFriends. I use all the same public information that is available to any of you on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, the blockchain, and the web. I'm doing a little bit of Sherlock Holmes. I'm doing a little bit of speculation. I'm doing a little bit of this and that. But I want to make it very clear that although I hold the twitch.tv VFriends handle, that it's not affiliated with the official VFriends project, until which point they have staff to, provide content there, and I will give them the handle back. Most of you know I'm a moderator in the Discord, and I have a line of communication to Zane and the team, and they're well aware that I'm holding this tag. So as for the daily download, it's happening on Twitch right now. I'm going to do daily download, and then this second podcast, I'm going to try to do this first flipping episode. This will be the first podcast that I'm doing a second draft. It was really, you know how I am. I'm really raw with I don't usually do a second take. And if I do, I change it in the first 15 to 30 seconds. But I'm trying to figure out how to provide value with this flip challenge. And it's not just my experience. It's sharing some of the hurdles that I think people will come up against, that I've come up against. And so I spent a lot of time talking about the emotional labor involved in flipping a token and this sort of irrational, not necessarily unfounded, but a bit irrational attachment to NFTs that I've been holding for a week or so. And I felt like that bogged down the episode. And so I want to be more tactful with what goes into that episode. And this first episode, maybe I need to do an episode 0 in retrospect, because I actually was able to flip an NFT yesterday for the biggest, huge. I flipped a penguin for 1.7 ETH. And that essentially covers all of my investment, at least in this flip challenge. So I was instantly posed with a lot of things should I jump on projects that I've been watching and I'm interested in? Should I take some money off the table? Should I just be patient and wait for something that I really, really love to go in on? And I didn't sleep on it for very long. I think within 2 hours, I purchased a Alpha Betty. No, I purchased a per cat. What is this? Let me call it up. This is why you should come to Twitch, because, and I'll share with Twitch right now. There are a couple folks here. Currently, my wallet is just showing the tokens I'm flipping. Yeah, so that 1.7 ETH was basically my entire bag. I have 0.66 now. So I spent about 1 ETH in the last 12 hours. Last night I bought this Penelope's Country Club cat, and I bought this because Gary was minting it. So none of this is financial advice. Don't ape in, don't follow what I'm doing. I have no proven track record, and it's not a good strategy to follow what Gary Vee buys. But I did see that he was minting these. I saw that they were selling, and I decided to grab one. And my strategy is now becoming now that I have a little bit to work with, I took 0.25 off the table that's going into my wedding fund, and the rest I'm just going to play with it as I can. And I feel like I already need to cool down, because, one strategy that's been presented to me is buy 3, right? Buy one that you like the IP, you might hold it for long term. You might be able to do derivative work with it. If it goes to 0, you love it. Buy another for the flip potential, so that, one that you're less attached to, one that should you hold it for a week, a month, 2 months, could provide a good flip based on community activity, ongoing sales, and roadmap. And buy a third that could go in either direction. Ideally you like it and it could be a good flip, but either way, just a third token in case that project is one that runs. I haven't exactly followed that. I could go forward. So basically I bought that one cat because I just like it. I feel like it's, and I'm showing it to the Twitch right now. I feel like it's just iconic. It reminds me of Meowth from the Pokemon series. It's not the same color or anything. It's just like got that Team Rocket vibe. So I'm into that. And then this morning I bought 2 Alpha Betties, not only because I saw Gary was minting them, but also because I saw a lot of chat about it on Twitter. And then I bought 2 Barn Owls, one that I like and one that I hope to flip. And then I bought 2 Junkyard Dogs, one that is like super me, like I could see myself using this as for derivative IP. And this, I actually wasn't going to get a second one, but I got it because of someone I've been chatting with in the community. They didn't have the cash. We've been working on building some trade, and there's just a lot of good favor with us. So like I went ahead and picked this one up, even like almost 0.1 above floor, but this is the one he wanted. And so I'm holding it to trade him for some other things we're working out. So like already participating in the flipping, opening up my mind that I can provide some assets into flipping is opening up more community connections, more trading connections. Yeah, Ricky, just because you're here, I'll show you. This is the one, the cat that I'm feeling is like kind of like Meowth, like just with the cigar and the way those eyes are makes me feel that way. The other 2 projects I mentioned are this Alpha Betty. I got 2 of them, one with a lightsaber, one with a cup. I got 2 of these Barn Owls. This one, I feel like this was the closest thing I could find to a bowler hat. And then this one, just a simple floor Barn Owl. You know, I bought it at the floor price, 0.11. We'll see what happens. And then I got this Junkyard Dog with my bowler and the peace sign, zombie, just stripes. I wear stripes all the time. Felt like I could use this. And this is the one I bought for Devin, the guy I mentioned. And I also bought this token from the Wolfgang, which is a project I already had one. Already had a Wolfgang with a bowler, but this was the one I wanted. And I actually reached out to the guy about a week ago, and he sniped it from me just before I got it. And then he didn't want to sell it. He was like, this is a cool PFP. I think it's really clean. He came back to me last night, was like, are you still interested? So I got it for 0.05, which is solid because I think I'll hold on to that. So right now, Twitch is seeing my wallet, specifically the tokens that I bought. The tokens that I bought in the last 12 hours or so. And so I have to recognize this about myself. This is funny. I'm not recording this for the podcast. This is, I guess, the intro to the what I'll be talking about after the daily download, if there's time, is like my financial behavior is risk tolerant. Is you know, my mom always says like money burns in my pocket. Like I didn't need to go and mint all these. I didn't fully research the Barn Owls and the Alpha Betties and the Junkyard Dogs before I purchased them. I went mostly on Twitter culture, things that I saw, and I've heard a little bit. I know Alpha Betties is doing something with children's books. I would love to see a collaboration with Accountable Ant there. You know, Barn Owls already, like, they welcome me on Twitter, and I feel like the community is really warm, and I'm interested in the IP for these. So again, with this one flip of the Penguin, I was able to make back everything I spent so far and still have 90% of the tokens that I already bought for the flip challenge. Then I put about a little more than half of it back into 4 projects, of which I purchased three, possibly 4 tokens that I feel like I identify with, that I would be comfortable holding if they went to 0, and that I might play with derivatives of. And I think that's where I'm going to fall, as much as I want to. Oh, and I put 0.25 aside for my wedding. So as much as I want to, you know, build a big bag and flip and flip and flip, you know, my short-term goal, if I can pull it off, would be to get 20 ETH and get a hangout hawk, you know. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch the floor in that regard. But regardless, you know, I'm looking for the ability to like get into a project, flip 1 or 2 tokens that cover the cost and more of one token that I want to keep, so that I'm building a hodl bag while I'm covering my costs. And that, I guess that's just a preview to what I'm trying to synthesize into a podcast episode. So let me say what's up to Twitch. We got 13 people here on Twitch. God, I appreciate you guys so much. So much. Cam got 3 cats. That's dope. Curious just subscribed. Yo, Tom. Yeah, these are all relatively new projects. Barn Owls isn't super new, but the cats, the junkyard dogs, and the Alpha Betties are in the last couple of days. Gary bought the cats and the Alpha Betties. Gary does buy a lot because he has a lot of money. Cam says to go for a CryptoPunk. I think that is my long-term goal. I did a poll on Twitter, and VeeFriends came out on top, but only by a slim margin. And obviously, the community on my Twitter is going to be biased toward getting a VeeFriend. Instagram, it's hard for me to multitask, but I appreciate you all here. So I'm going to let you stay. Could eBay sell NFTs? I actually feel like I saw a news article that they were planning on it. Blake says, are people buying NFTs to collect or flip? From my perspective, it looks like flip. I'm doing both. I'm currently doing both. Good to see you, VeeFriends News. Thanks for being here. Portrait Punks is here. Cool. So I want to get into the podcast. I know that that's like the big value in terms of this stream, this platform. So I'm gonna dive right in. Good morning and welcome to the Daily Download, your source for all news, VeeFriends, and NFT in August 2021. Am I Michael Caine, sir? These intros, they never can find their niche. Pick who you are. Don't come at me with these random accents. Yes, I'm speaking to myself. Welcome back to the show. This one's got to be snappy. I've got like 30 minutes before I need to leave for work, and there's two major events that happen in the VeeFriends space, not announcements per se, culturally in Gary's world and in the Discord that I want to bring your attention to. And then I think we'll chat and speculate a little bit about some characters. So my name is Jeremy. I'm the Heart Trooper number 7 of 20. Want to clarify, I hold a core, not a rare token. And I'd like to welcome you back to the Daily Download at Jeremy Knows. On Jeremy Knows, in Jeremy Knows. I keep asking myself this question. The Daily Download on here, on Anchor, on Spotify, in my mind, out to you to benefit from the news. So let's get into it. I know this is weird. I know I'm a weird person, and I appreciate everybody who decides to spend some time with me, and I will try to be to the point. So I think there's a really important message from Gary Vee that can start off this episode. As NFTs have spiked over the last 7 to 10 days, a lot coming up, coming down, the market flowing, a lot of new market demand coming in, but market supply exploding even faster. And many people, myself included, looking to Gary's wallet for, early minting on projects that might make it. So far, with the exception of Fame Ladies, who have already had a Phoenix recovery and are in the process of making that project valuable to the community, he hasn't been wrong with any of his picks. And I know many people in the community have benefited from that. However, that does not mean that you should be buying what Gary buys. Everybody has their own circumstances, their own risk tolerance. And he put out a message today on Twitter that I think is worth sharing. So here it is.
NFT friends, seeing a lot of people buying projects because I or somebody else buys it. Just remember, everybody's got a different strategy, a different reality. Please take this video, and I would highly recommend not buying a project because I did. Let me just share with my strategy, as maybe in this thread people will share their strategies. My strategy is to buy different projects because I want to learn. I want to see different property strategies. I want to see different Discord strategies. For me, it's important to taste. So I'm in research and development right now. I've worked extremely hard for, 25 years to be able to afford, because it's expensive. In social media, we were investing our time to learn. In NFT land, you're spending your money to learn, which is hard. And, in my 20s and early 30s, it wouldn't have been feasible financially for me to do my behavior right now, which is I'm buying projects to see how different people execute. I'm buying projects because I want to support the people that are talking about it. I like them, or they're young, or they have a mission. I like the way the Discord's jamming. I'm trying to do more homework so I know more about it, so I don't get caught. There's a lot to dig. We've all seen that, but I'm the last person you should buy a project on based, because I'm trying different things. I'm tasting different things. I see a lot of people chasing other influencers and different things because they know the price goes up quickly and they're day trading and flipping. Somebody's going to be left with the bag if it's not a long-term project. 98% of these are going to fail. So that's just I'm buying to learn. Which is the worst way to follow somebody, because I'm not buying to promote it and then it's going to go up. I'm buying either what I really like a Tom Sachs rocket thing like that. I really like that shit. Or World of Women, I really like it. I want to have it for the long term. Or I'm buying it because I'm tasting a ton of shit. There's 40 fucking projects every day coming out right now. I'm fucking tasting.
So this is your regularly scheduled reminder that everyone is at a different point in their financial journey, in their NFT educational journey, and their personal journey and otherwise. So this is a PSA to be like, give yourself some grace, whether you've had some bad flips or some good flips. You don't need to put the pressure on yourself that like you need to make $100,000 overnight. I know that people are doing that, but one of the like core things about trading, which is that's what we're doing when we're talking about flipping NFTs. We're talking about day trading or by the week, whatever. One of those core lessons is like be ahead of the herd, don't follow it. And so I just want to remind people that it's okay to go at your own pace, as it were. Also, as a friendly reminder, you should never, ever share your seed phrase. And I know that this gets tired. It's in every single piece of content now, but it doesn't matter if you know this. There are still situations where you can be deceived. And it's very, very critical that you are never sharing your seed phrase with anyone. You have it safely recorded on an analog piece of paper, in a safe lockbox. Please take care of your NFT security. If you have not done any research on hardware wallets, I highly encourage you to look into them. Trezor, Ledger, there are others. Secure your investments, because we're seeing far too many people get scammed. Soon on the YouTube, we'll be putting out a video how to set up a hardware wallet. And now I'm going to tell you about some really spectacular events that happened in the Discord last night. Yeah. How'd y'all like that? Transfer has been processed. Nice. Congratulations, Jesus. Be ahead of the herd. Don't follow it. Tell everyone about security. Yeah, just like never share your seed phrase. I know it's a tired point, but like we have to say it until every single person knows it. So I'm not going to break this event down comment by comment, but generally you should know that in the last several weeks, about a dozen people, perhaps more, a dozen people that I'm aware of have been scammed out of their VFriend tokens and out of their ETH because of websites that were posing as either vfriends.com or metamask.io. So again, never share your seed phrase. It's important to confirm the websites you're on to the letter. But what was so miraculous and terrifying last night was one of the hackers who has been creating the bots that are bombarding many Discords, not just VFriends, but Bored Ape Yacht Club and CryptoPunks and all the rest, actually came into the Discord and revealed themselves, saying that it was them and that banning the bots isn't helping because the DMs have already been sent out to the members. And it was a very surreal and enlightening and amazing display of humanity in the Discord. Like I said, I'm not going to review it for you play by play, but go into the Discord and look at replies from Post, replies from Gary, replies from Crystal. This happened at about 9:10 p.m. last night and lasted for a few hours, where there was an ongoing conversation with this scammer who created the bots. And specifically, he was able to scam one person in that moment. They lost a gift goat and 2 very rare VFriends, as well as 11 ETH. And then through the conversation and through the humanity, thanks to the moderators in the Discord, he actually returned 2 VFriends to the person he had just scammed. One that he did hold and another one that he wasn't holding, a core token. And he also gave at least one more back. And he stayed in the Discord for a while, and it was just such an epic display of humanity. Although, clearly this person, I without casting judgment on them, like they just seemed troubled. Like the way that they were speaking was terrifying, and mostly terrifying because they can do this as often as they want. Gary actually chimed in on the moment this morning and called it for what it is, that it was not insanity, but it was humanity. He said to the hacker, Otaku Messi, "I appreciate the kindness you showed last night, my friend. Doing wrong things sucks, but it's always how you act after it. You showed remorse and the ability to make adjustments. It's a positive attribute in your life." He also went on to say that, as I see it, Otaku Messi, you won more than the Discord did. And the reason he said that is because the VFriends Discord showed such patience and love to this person who had wronged so many in the community, like literally destroyed life savings. And so it was just incredibly surreal to, one, like watch our wonderful moderators handle this situation and like try to get another VFriend return and another one. And they were able to get, at least 3 tokens back to people who were scammed. And, that doesn't change the reality. On some level, the people who were scammed made that decision to put in their seed phrase, knowingly or unknowingly, that it wasn't a best practice. And, people have to be accountable for their actions. But, this is a crime by all intents and purposes. And it was incredible. It was just incredible. And like, I'm taking an extra moment with it now because I think it's very beneficial for anyone in the community to review that exchange and realize what kind of community you're in. Gary always says that company culture comes from the top down, and he has attracted so many of us that are kind and generous and empathetic, but there were plenty of people in the Discord at the time that did not have the patience. And I'm grateful to them for holding their tongue, and not casting him with shame or judgment, and giving space to the moderators to deal with the situation, because although it's not an ideal circumstance, not everything was returned, we were able to get some sort of consolation and education about how vulnerable Discord is to these sorts of attacks. So I'll say it again, I'll say it every single podcast: never input your seed phrase on any website. The seed phrase is a recovery phrase. It's only needed if you've lost the device that your wallet is connected to and you're re-importing your wallet. And if you're in that situation, if you're setting up a new device or the device you use has been lost or broken, please check the website URL down to the letter. And if you are holding a VFriend, the amount of equity in that token is far worth the expense of getting a hardware wallet and securing your investment. I know this won't be the last time we hear about it, but I really hope that we can stop hearing stories about people losing their life savings in a moment from a stupid mistake. My empathy goes out to all the people who have experienced that and who may have been watching that conversation and not had the grace of receiving their assets back. So, the hacker didn't give back any of the 11 ETH that he stole from that person, and has, literally hundreds of thousands of dollars in assets that they've been able to steal in a very short amount of time. So again, it was very surreal. And I think it's an incredible example of the community that we're a part of. And I was very proud to see it play out as terrifying and miraculous as it was. Okay, let me just get this guy's name really quick. I know a lot of people saw that exchange. It was wild. Like it truly was wild on so many levels. Looks like Gary. Oh, Tim, I don't know if you're here, but the Eager Eagle I told you to buy, Gary just told someone to list it higher. I'm stunned with Avastars that people haven't figured out where this is going. The ROI is insane. Wait till you see PLP stuff. The floor is such an opportunity, he says. You will all be stunned when you see this fall winter announcement. Ooh-wee. I will make everyone pay. 5555 fan has been slept on. True. Let me add that to the podcast. What's up? No, he did not return the gift goat. He did keep the gift goat for now, may come back and give more. You never know. This is the same. Yeah. And by showing him kindness and not like what he tried to do originally was use the VeeFriends as leverage to be like, if I give back another token, can I not be banned from the server? And instead of negotiating with him, they just treated him with kindness and worked through it. I'm gonna, this screen isn't shared, huh? Wait, are you seeing this screen? No, you're not. Great. What's this message? Ooh. I just got an interesting message. Yeah, it was the same as the Punk scam and the Bored Ape Yacht Club scam. Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah, I just wanted to check out Discord and see if there's anything big I missed. Hope 555 is one of them. Yeah, he is in a big way. Oh, here's a message from Gary.
Discord, I've got something fucking big that's going to affect half the characters.
Ooh. I've got something big that's going to affect half the characters. What the? Get your VeeFriends, folks. Get your VeeFriends. Eager Eagle gets a shout out. How you liking the cats? Testing a lot of projects. I'm obsessed with Hangout Hawk. The value of those hangouts will be insane. That seems a little high. The valuations of what people are going to be willing to pay is likely due to rarity. The token, when done with 18 gifts, will be more than people who bought day one came in for. That's my plan. The gifts are the bonus, just like VCon is the bonus. Yep. We've heard all this before. Everyone is underestimating this project still. Yep. Okay. We're on the same page, Gary. I got you. Okay. So I just want to get the name of this guy. Rodovitz. Let me see. It'll probably be here. David Rodolitz. Okay. Let's record. All right. So there was a Facebook audio room that Gary hosted yesterday morning with his two partners in the VCR group. I've been saying for a few weeks now that I'm expecting an announcement from VCR Group. If you're not familiar, it's a restaurant group that Gary announced maybe 6 weeks ago with founding chef and culinary officer Josh Capon and chief executive officer David Rodolitz or Roddy. And I'm so glad. I'll never forget David's name now because now I have a point of reference for him. You can still listen to this whole 30-minute interview where Gary's interviewing the two of them on Gary's Facebook. And it was insightful. There wasn't anything really VeeFriends related that came up, but it's nice to get a little bit of backstory on the other two founders in this process. You know, VCR standing for Vaynerchuk, Capon, and Rodolitz. Like even that, it gives me more context about what this is. And this is a company that is intending to innovate in the restaurant space starting in New York City. They also talked about doing pop-ups in, you know, different countries as business brings them to travel. And most notably, they revealed that the three of them were actually together in the Hamptons, that they had actually woke up in the Hamptons together, spent the previous night together, and possibly the night before. And if they were together the night before, that means that the hints relative to the Perceptive Puma and the Sweet Swan may actually be VCR related. Now, I have no evidence of that. Gary could have just as easily been on a business call or a Zoom call where they came up. But we're starting to get the sense that anytime Gary comes in to just say hint with a character, that it's because there's interest in that character from collaborative partners. So I wanted to bring some attention to VCR Group. Gary's doing a lot of things that if you want to stay in the know, I'm doing my best to curate for you, but there are a lot of great platforms that you can use. Keeping an eye, following the VCR Group on Twitter, listening to the Props and Drops podcast with Matt Kalish, engaging with the updates on the website, putting in your avatar, your bio, connecting your Discord and Twitter. It's completely your decision if you want to remain anonymous. And that is going to be an ongoing conversation between the community. But VFriends has given us an opportunity to more directly connect with each other, see the transaction history of all the tokens, etc. And especially if you're a gift goat, if you haven't heard yet, in the profile details on vfriends.com, you can connect your wallet and add your merch size and your mailing information to receive your gift. So that window is limited. I mean, it'll be open for the next 3 years, but if you don't get it in there soon, you can miss out on the first gift. If you don't put in your address, you don't get the first gift. So that needs to be said. And just while we're saying things that are ongoing and important to remember, never share your seed phrase. So a few other small bites for you, and we'll wrap up the show. How we liking it, Twitch? What's good? What's good? Maybe something sky or aqua themed. See that split the characters in half. Oh, sure. Yeah. What is so big that it could split the character base in half? I mean, yeah, land and sea feels like a thing. Let's see. Please tell. This guy is loaded. Then he took so many punks from the guy who is an NFT vet. Yeah, I mean, that guy, he showed a little bit of remorse, but anyway, I was wondering what the VCR hat was that he wears. Yeah, the VCR hat he's been wearing is from the VCR Group. I noticed you put your NFT that you gifted Gary for 0.005. No, this is actually a fun little thing. And actually, I'm going to check it out really quick right now. I sent a Flame of Purpose to Kalish, and he listed it for 0.009, just under what I was selling them for. So I bought it because I was like, if I sell this, then I make back what I've spent on it. And I also wanted people who were coming to buy it, buying it from me and not giving it to Kalish. So I went ahead and bought it. But the Ethereum tokens of the Sorcerer J revealed that I sent out were actually listed by 2 people in the community, or 2 people in Gary's community, because I mostly sent them to people that were still holding goes that Gary had gifted in the beginning. And somebody listed it for 0.03. And then the next listing after that is 2 Ethereum. And so I'm going to buy my own token back for 0.03. I don't give a fuck about gas because I want this thing to be listed for 2 Ethereum. I mean, perhaps that person will see and lower the price, seeing that I'm buying at this level. But in fact, if I were to sell this, I would probably sell it for 0.05 anyway. So maybe I'll be able to flip my own token. Gas included is probably not a legitimate flip. But if this person sees it and lists it, doesn't want it, I would rather sell it or give it to someone in the community for their support of me. So now, if you want to catch the Sorcerer J revealed, I believe the active listing, it doesn't show yet because I just bought it. But soon, the active listing will be 2 ETH. So let's fucking go. If somebody buys that token for 2 ETH, I'll flip my shit. Where are we next? So I guess we just have a few Discord updates to go through. Is there something that I might have missed? Feel free to let me know in the chat, either Instagram or Twitch, if there's something I might have missed relative to daily news. We are cutting it to the wire, but I'm going to get this podcast out. Let me see. Instagram. The scammer will have to enter an address to get a gift from the GOAT. Yeah, well, in addition to the scammer having to add an address to get the gifts, those tokens can be flagged as fraudulent. It's a very complex situation because you upset the free market dynamics. But any token that has been stolen can be deauthorized for access to VCon. Where it gets tricky is if that person flips it and somebody buys it, not knowing that it was stolen. is it then a legitimate token? It's a difficult debate. But he's probably going to sell it, and the person will not know that it's stolen, and who knows what's going to happen. I certainly don't. I feel like I have to slow my rhythm down for a second so I can connect to what's happening next. Nice. I successfully bought the Sorcerer J revealed. That's very exciting to me. Let me label these really quick. This is part 1, right? Good. Yep. Daily download 811 part 1. 811 part 2. 811 part 3. Yeah, you could have bought that. You could have bought that on sale. They're 0.05 on my profile. Ricky, if you really want a Sorcerer J revealed, just let me know. I can save you the gas and just we can make a deal. I've given a lot away in the last 24 hours, so I'm hesitating to be like, yeah, you can just have it. Especially with that one, it's a lot more limited than the Flame of Purpose. But if you have 0.05, or if you want to try to strike a deal, 0.03 or something, we can talk. All right. So to wrap up, I want to remind you that we haven't even started. Gary brought in a little fire to the Discord today. I'm actually going to play you his message in the outro, but revealing to us that he's got another announcement coming that will raise the value of what he says is half of the characters. I'm not sure what commonality there could be between half of the characters that would distinguish them. Somebody in the chat said possibly like land and sea, like characters on land versus all of the aquatic characters that they are. Time will tell on that, but he reminded us again that people are underestimating the value of this project, and specifically how hard he's going to work to make them pay. He says you will all be stunned when you see this fall and winter announcements. So that's very interesting. He's been telling us 4 announcements. We got the Avastars announcement. We're expecting one of those to be the VCon date and place. And so that leads 2 that in my mind are going to be relative to characters and or other project collaborations. But with this, granted, there are going to be more than 4 announcements going forward. But with him saying this fall and winter announcements, it's making me feel that these next 2 announcements are not going to be so specifically character-based, but are going to be broader, like he said, affecting half of the characters. Maybe he's going to announce what's going on with Halloween in October as one of these announcements. Time will tell, but we are almost halfway through August, and we've only gotten one of these 4 announcements that's been teased. And we know that every day Gary is having biz dev meetings. He's throwing around characters. He's considering new partnerships. And I guarantee you they've already received dozens, at least a dozen, if not dozens, of proposals for the PLP program. So people are not really gathering how much liquidity is possible to just airdrop into your wallet with this sort of format. Avastars was just a preview. New projects are invited to offer 555 tokens to VeeFriends token holders in exchange for basically Gary's cosign and support during their launch. So if you're on the fence or in the process of creating a project, definitely take advantage of that at garyvee.com/PLP. And if you're a holder, just bathe in the glory that being a holder is going to bring you more value in the form of NFTs that you can either drop for quick liquidity or hold for the building of a very serious wallet. Not every PLP will go to every wallet, and not every drop will be a winner in the long run. But Gary's playing the numbers on this. And this is part of what his message was that I played for you earlier. And that is, he's paying to learn. He could not have done this strategy in his 20s or even his 30s for that matter. His purchasing behavior and his NFT tactics are relative to him and him alone. So don't take his interest in a project as confirmation that it's going to moon. I feel like there's a lot of level-headedness in the community, but it bears repeating that supply is going to tsunami demand, and many, if not the majority, if not the far majority of projects that are launching today will not sustain their value in the long term. So really be thoughtful about what kind of an investor you are and whose advice you're listening to. Don't follow the herd, try to get ahead of it. And the best version, in my opinion at least, is start making your own projects, get in the dirt with what this technology is. This is not even started. Gary's saying there's still opportunities on the floor. He's stunned that people aren't picking up what's coming with Avastars. I'll give you the message in his words, and then we'll call it an outro. All right, if you wanted some Gary V fire to finish off the podcast and start your day, here it is.
Discord, I've got something fucking big that's going to affect half the characters.
Woo! I mean, simple and straight. We haven't even started. I'll say it again. We haven't even started. Just a couple quick things relative to the Wanna Be a VFriend project. Number one, there was a call for applications for the Discord manager. I personally applied for this role, but I feel that the best person for the job is Nick Corso. Someone in the community created an NFT that I'd like you to go and favorite on OpenSea. You can find the link in our Instagram bio. Favorite it up as much as you possibly can. We'll send it to Zane. And even though the community doesn't get to have input in who they hire for the VFriends Discord manager, it's nice to show support for all of the hard work that Corso has done. Number two, the Gifted Gopher giveaway, you might remember, is a wallet that lives on OpenSea that holds a core Gifted Gopher. In order to win it, you have to submit an NFT of your own creation and not be holding a VFriend token. At the end of a certain amount of time, the community will vote on their favorite. Whichever has the most favorites at the end of that time will receive the Gifted Gopher for free. Secondarily, it serves as a bit of a community archive and gallery art that was coming out of this community during this time. The person who started this giveaway is no longer able to manage it, and they've given me stewardship of the wallet. So I've now created the wallet. It's Gifted Gopher on OpenSea. The Gopher is there, and anybody who's already applied with their NFT, they're all there. And I solemnly swear that nothing that goes to that wallet will ever be sold. The only activity that should ever happen on that wallet is incoming NFTs from the community, people who are applying or want to allow their artwork to live there for the long term, and an outbound Gifted Gopher to a winner. I will determine the deadline for that giveaway once the official date and place for VCon is announced. Lastly, I've started a new Instagram account called Wannabe Sorcerers, where I'm looking for people who applied, submitted an essay for the Sorcerer Scholarship token. I want to hear your story. I want to highlight you with 3 pieces of content. I'm asking you to provide the content, and Alex and I will create a cover photo to maintain a certain set of aesthetics on the front-facing profile. It'll be a networking tool for us. And in the best case scenario, the people who are actually reading these essays, it'll come on their radar and they'll use it as a resource to get more context on people that they're interested in. So I've created a Google form. It's also in my bio link in the YAT. If you're interested in sharing your story, please go to the form and fill that out. Other than that, have a great fucking day. I hope that wherever you are, whatever you're up to, you can get into something that makes you feel alive, makes you feel happy, makes you feel appreciated, makes you feel worthy, because God damn it, you are. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. My name is Jeremy. I'm the Heart Trooper, number 7. This has been the Daily Download on Jeremy Knows. P.S. The website just got an upgrade. Check out wannabeavfriend.com if you want to see some in progress magic. All right. Thanks again, folks. And I'll see you tomorrow. Cool. Wow. We did that right on time. I need to text my client. Did we like that? How was it? They should flag it as fraudulent in OpenSea just to save everyone some pain. Yeah, they can do that, but it's just not as simple as that, unfortunately. Perfect. I'm just so excited. I almost texted my client in all caps, and that wasn't necessary. Nice. People said, dope daily download. Great job. Good job. Clean. Love it. What's this? The creatures and the birds had the highest value based in the link he sent earlier today. Is that I actually didn't explore that. I saw it's this right here, right? Evaluate market. I looked at it on my phone and I didn't really get a sense of what it is. So analyze. So you can analyze transactions and they tell you, okay, it's just a data aggregate. Okay, I'm not exactly sure how to use this tool yet, but you're saying that the birds and the creatures had the highest value. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when the announcements come and what they are. For the meantime, I'm just trying to stack ETH, honestly. I'd really like to get another befriend before this whole thing goes boom, but whatever will be. Que sera, sera. So let me piece this podcast together real quick. Daily download 8:11. Daily download finale. You might remember that I was like, oh, I just got an exciting message. I don't feel like it's a break in trust to tell you, but more often, I'm going to be reminding people of the following: to go to the website, especially Gift Goats, put in their information, listen to the Props and Drops podcast, never share your seed phrase, and apply for the PLP. Because I reached out to May New, who is the head of content, I believe, for Team Gary V. And when I asked if there was anything they wanted me to include in the stream last night, that was their response. So that tells me that's top of mind for the team. And so I want to, I want to provide value to you and provide value to them. And I think providing value to you provides value to them. So it's sort of like a cycle. But I got a message during the stream that they want to have like 30 minutes one-on-one. 30 minutes one-on-one with one of the heads in Gary's team. Like, this shit's getting real. No expectations, but that's exciting. Let me put some cheerful music behind this. Is this the one where I talk about scams? Maybe not cheerful music for this one. So I think there's a really important message from Gary V that can start
in NFT land. You're just gonna want to have it.
You don't need to put the pressure on yourself. Friendly reminder: you should never ever. Yeah. Let's do. Sure. This built-in anchor music is like not my favorite, but I feel like a little bit of underscore is nice. Oh shit, my phone's dying. Oh shit, my phone died. I have to go to work. I need a battery. Hey baby, how was your nap?
Good. I didn't fully nap, but I feel refreshed.
Good. I'm almost done streaming and then I need to get out the door.
Yeah. Are you still doing the photography?
Yeah. The gig's at 4, but I talked to her about coming a little early. So
Oh, okay, great.
yeah. All right. So there was a Facebook audio. Yeah, probably.
Rocky, you want to go outside? Come. Rocky, come. Good boy.
Sure.
Good boy.
Apply. That's 4, 5. Let's get some curious music or maybe some folksy music. Yeah. And last but not least, the finale. Oops. I've been using the same intro and outro music, and I honestly don't know if it's the right vibe, but it's what I've been doing. Anything new from Gary? The roadmap. Ooh, wow. I'm doing 2027 shit as we speak. I'm gonna be oh, he's been active. Let's check out this tweet.
By the way, some people have been asking for my roadmap for VeeFriends. Here it is. To fucking dominate.
Cool. Podcast. Chat, I'll be with you in just a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Final. I think this is episode 63. Nope, wrong. Put that on screen. I guess it doesn't really matter. 63.
Baby,
Yes, baby.
your new monitor's here.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Bum 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 bum. Want to live in America. Comments on the homepage. Great. 1, 6, 3. How many episodes should we have in a season? I've been doing first season for all this stuff. But I feel like there should be a limit, right? Let's tweet. Daily download. I don't always like being in a rush. In fact, I don't really like being in a rush at all, but that's the situation today. Thanks for hanging, everybody. Let me just catch up. Woohoo! Glad you liked it. Def want to do the PLP, but need to help with what they're asking for in order to apply. So for the PLP, the main hurdle, I think, for most people is going to be getting the community, and being ready for an influx of community management. You need a website, you need a Twitter, and you need a Discord at the minimum. Additionally, you're going to want a custom token address. You can use the OpenSea minting. By all means, use the resources available to you, but they do ask for the token address, for the contract address for the token. So that just tells me they're looking for people who have done some custom development on their project. Great. I'm glad you need help. I can't help you with every step of the process, but I am working on something for the page, for myself, and I'm looking for a team anyway. So I'll try to document that process as much as possible. I can tell you right up front, it's not free to get a smart contract developed, and it's not free to get a website, and it takes a lot of man hours or woman hours to run a Discord and a Twitter. So I would say start to think about the community, just figure out where you can organize them. Are they on Twitter? If they're not, get them there, get them on Discord, tap into the community and lean on the community to help you find the devs. You know, there are plenty of people in VFriends in the Discord who are available to help, not necessarily for free, but certainly like advice you can get for free for the most part. So lean on the resources you have would be my best advice. And I will do my best but certainly before the end of the month to put out as much content as I can about the steps involved in that. I'm not a master at setting up a Discord, but I can show you the basics, and I'm getting a little better at Twitter. But the smart contract stuff, you got to find a dev. You just got to put the word out. You know, tell people you're looking. If, you know, depending on the complications of your project, you might be able to do a copy and paste kind of job. It doesn't have to be complicated. But, you know, get educated about what's possible in terms of the automation there, and if there's anything that you need. Cool. I got to run. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be setting up my ledger with Dave Maximiata and KCCO Eric. Someone actually saved their VFriends because they set up their ledger this week. Like, they got wiped, their wallet got wiped of everything else, but they had just moved their VFriend tokens onto their ledger. And for that, they saved, you know, the big guns. So like, it's just more urgent than ever for people to understand the benefits of a hardware wallet. So we're squeezing it in. We're doing it tonight at 9:30. It should be about an hour. I believe we're broadcasting it. We might record it and post it, but I think we're broadcasting it. So more news on that tonight. And thanks again for watching.